You know, in the first video, I talked about the NBA Finals, with the, Miami Heat and the Denver Nuggets. And I talked some boxing, with, Bud Crawford and Earl Spence. And, the second video right here, I got some more to talk about sports, but I just want to talk about certain individuals at this point. So, let me get into it, y'all. Number one, as we all know, the Miami Heat are in the NBA Finals. The Miami Heat are in the NBA Finals. So if the Miami Heat are in the NBA Finals, that means that UDONIS HASLEM is in the NBA Finals. UDONIS HASLEM is in the NBA Finals. Now look, I know what some of y'all are going to say out there, but this is my page, my video, and my channel, so I say what I want. And if you have your opinion, that is fine. You can just comment below. But I'm still going to give my opinion. Alright. So look, I understand, I got a little bit notes down, you know what I mean? To make sure my actual factuals are right. I had to do my homework because I know it's you analytic people going to be out there commenting and stuff. But I'm a big sports fan anyway, so I already knew this. No disrespect to UDONIS HASLEM by any, because back in the day when the Heat won their first championship with D. Wade and Shaquille O'Neal in 2006, I believe, in the 05-06 season, UDONIS HASLEM was a key contributor to that team. He was. He's been there for 20 years, undrafted from Miami. I get all of that, yada, yada, yada. He was a big piece in the first championship that they won. And even in the LeBron Heat Wave days, he was serviceable. He was serviceable, okay? Make sure these people out here ain't looking at me like I'm too crazy. I ain't trying to talk too loud, but, I got the air on, so I ain't sweating like I was in the first video. You know what I mean? But what was I saying? Yes, he was serviceable in the Miami LeBron Heat Wave days. He was. But let's be real, though. Let's be real, y'all. Let's be real. It's 2023, right? And I wrote this down. Since the 2015-16 NBA season, UDONIS HASLEM has played less than half the season every year for the past 8 years. That's one thing, okay? Because the Heat won in 2006, 2012, and 2013. So that was 17 years ago, 11 years ago, 10 years ago. I just named the last 8 years. So now I'm about to get into the last 8 years. In 2015-16, he played 37 games. The next season in 2016 and 17, he played in 16 games. 2017 to 2018, he played in 14 games. 2018 and 2019 season, he played 10 games. 2019 and the 2020 season, he played a whopping 4 games. Hold up. 2020-21 season, this brother played 1 game. In the 2021-22 season, this brother played 13 games. And in the 2022-23 season, this brother has played 7 games. 7! So I totaled that up. I'm not too good with math, so it took my time. I had to take my time to crunch, all these numbers up. You know what I mean? So in the last 8 years, UDONIS HASLEM has played in 102 basketball games. In the regular season, at least. I doubt his ass get in the playoffs. But 102 games, it's 82 games in the season. So the last 8 years, rounded up, UDONIS HASLEM has played a year and a quarter of 8 seasons. He's played in 102 games in 8 years, 7 minutes per game, 4 points per game, and has earned $22 million in the last 8 years. I don't care what nobody got to say. UDONIS HASLEM is a legend. I mean, this brother gets to travel to all the cities across the country for free. First class flights, top doctors, top food. Hold on, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. This brother has had everything. Living in South Beach. $22 million. How many people really can sit and say, how many people can really sit up here and say, I sat on my ass the last 8 years and I made $22 million and I show up to work every day? Now, I don't know if UDONIS HASLEM, if he got something on Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra and Mickey Arison. Does he know something that we don't know? I mean, this dude, if I'm HASLEM, I don't care what nobody got to say. Nobody. $22 million in 8 seasons. That's more than a lot of us will ever see in our lifetime. That's more than I ever seen in my lifetime. In 8 years, that's what he's done. And he's done the bare minimum. The bare minimum in the last 8 years. And I seen an interview or something the other day on social media. This man said, I see everybody talking and doing all this and saying this and that and third about me and whatnot. I ain't up here smoking cigs and eating chicken. Hold on. Said I ain't up here smoking cigs and eating chicken. Well, shit, you might as well be, brother. What do you do? I mean, UDONIS HASLEM's last 8 years is like Martin and his friends on the comedy show trying to figure out what Tommy do for a living. We don't know what you do. And then he's just so embraced, oh, that's the legend right there. I mean, listen, I know what he's done in the past, but it's about what have you done for me lately. It's a business. This man has made $22 million. You know how many people is striving to get to the NBA? He's sitting on the bench. He's keeping that seat warm. This brother, I mean, I don't know. He's averaging, 20 cups of water, 10 high fives, and a halftime speech per game. You say something he don't like on the other team, oh, he going to step in. HASLEM going to step in. I mean, he might as well be security. His last game on April 9th, I don't even know, the Orlando Magic, y'all let him do that. I mean, this man played 25 minutes, 24 points. He shot 9 of 17 from the field. He had 3 rebounds. He made 3 out of 7 threes. Maybe he still has it. Maybe he might still have it against the Orlando Magic. But that was nice of D-Wade, giving him with a rocking chair or whatever. Yeah, that's what he's going to need. Should have gave him that 8 years ago. That's what you should have did, because he ain't been doing nothing since. But look, man, no disrespect. I mean, UDONIS HASLEM has set the last 8 years and ain't played worth a damn. He's been to the finals in 3 different decades. If UDONIS HASLEM finished his last season playing 7 games, 20 cups of water, couple fights, halftime speeches, and wins a championship, UDONIS HASLEM is doing all right, I might say. Miami Heat put UDONIS HASLEM in the finals and just let him do some hockey goon shit. Let him get in there for like 3.3 seconds and what? Just mop the Joker or somebody like that in the face real quick. You know what I'm saying? Or Michael Porter Jr., Jamal Murray. Just rough one of them brothers up, UD. It's your last season. You can get a 4th title. Yeah, Miami Heat, retire that man's number. But I want to see my man UD in there. Whoop somebody's ass, UD. That's that. That ain't all what I want to talk about today, though. Hold up. Another thing I have to talk about. I wrote this down. I love my Lakers, but I am a native Philadelphian, and I have trolled Philadelphia teams in the past. But that was because of my, friends, just saying stupid stuff. But as I got older and I've seen different parts of the world, I learned to love my city and love where I'm from. So what I got to talk about today, I want to talk about Doc Rivers. The Philadelphia 76ers, you made the right choice. I never liked the hire anyway. I never liked the hire. How did he get the name Doc? I thought his name was Glenn. What do we call him a doctor for? Yeah, is he a good coach? I'm not saying he's a bad coach. He's a good coach. I get that, players are the ones who's playing, but for some reason, there's just some coaches that don't get you over the hump. And I feel like people just holding on to this one championship that Doc Rivers won 15 years ago in 2008. He had Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett in their prime, a young Rajon Rondo. Yes, they went up against Kobe, Lamar Odom, and Pau Gasol, but there were no super teams really in that era. Damn sure not in the East. And Doc Rivers had that team, that core together for 5 or 6 years, and he only won one championship. One. He had the only super team. Now, since day one, I've been telling the Sixers, well, not since day one. I've been telling the Sixers since day one that the doctor is not a good coach. But ever since the Celtics have fired their former coach, I've been trying to tell the Sixers, yo, fire the doctor coach and hire the horny coach. Fire the doctor coach and hire the horny coach. All you got to do is just hide your wives, your girlfriends. You know what I'm saying? Just hide them. Players, management. Hide your women from them. And let the brother coach. I know he's been around the block as an assistant coach with the Spurs and everything like that. But look what that man did for JB and JT. Almost won the finals last year, too. Almost won the finals last year. I really think that Coach Horny is a good coach. But, now he's down in Houston. We know what go down. We know what go down in H-Town. Is that man going to be drawing up them plays? Or is that brother going to be in them strip clubs looking at something? This is about sports, though. I'm not even going to go there. But I always said fire the doctor coach and hire the horny coach. But, given that, they fired the doctor and they hired the nurse, Nick Nurse. Welcome to Philadelphia, Nick Nurse. Welcome to Philadelphia, Nick. Welcome. You just won a championship a couple years ago with Kawhi and the Raptors, I think that, you'll be good for the Philadelphia 76ers. You know what I mean? Because with Doc Rivers, I knew. Hold on. This is another thing. And I wrote this down. For all the people out there, the Doc River lovers, all the people on TV, oh, he's a great coach. Listen, I know all the wins and stuff that he's got, but when it comes down to it, he's not going to get you over the hump. Now, the year is 2023. Let me just read something off. 2003 was 20 years ago. Doc Rivers blown a 3-1 lead. 2009, Doc Rivers blown a 3-2 lead. 2010, Doc Rivers has blown a 3-2 lead. 2012, Doc Rivers has blown another 3-2 lead. 2015, he's blown a 3-1 lead with CP3 in Lob City. I remember that. 2016, he's blown a 2-0 lead. 2017, he's blown a 2-1 lead. 2020, he's blown another 3-1 lead in the bubble with those Clippers. 2021, with the Sixers, he's blown a 3-2 lead. And this year, he's blown a 3-2 lead. All in the playoffs. See, Doc Rivers is a great coach in the regular season, but there's something about in the playoffs. Do you elevate? Do you galvanize the troops, as Stephen A. Smith says? The doctor coach doesn't do it. I mean, it's proof in the pudding. In the last 20 years, Doc Rivers has 10 blown leads in the playoffs. That is the most all time. Since 2003, there's been 4 different presidents. I was 7 years old. What do you want? We had 4 different presidents. And you know the presidents get what? A term, 4 years. Some of them did 2, so they got 8 years in office. So we done had George Bush, Barack, Big T, and Sleepy Joe. And one thing remained the same. One thing has remained the same in the last 20 years. Doc Rivers gets to the playoffs and he will blow a lead. So goodbye, Doc Rivers, the doctor coach. Bye-bye. I'm quite sure he'll find another job, but bye-bye. You're done. You're done here in Philly. You're done. Next, I just got a few small things to, talk about. So y'all heard about that NBA referee, Eric Lewis? He's got a burner. He had a burner Twitter account. I tried to look it up on Twitter at @CutliffBlair. So he was taking up for referees and stuff like that, whatnot. Because I remember the game where the Lakers played the Celtics. Pat Beverly pulled the camera out because my Lakers, we should have won that game. You know what I mean? We really should have won that game. And I don't know how Eric Lewis blatantly missed that call. And that just got me thinking, though. I seen a lot of stuff on like Twitter, social media. Like I think it was during the Western Conference Finals, somebody in the Lakers made a shot, and the referee was caught in the camera making a face. Eric Lewis throwing that game against my Lakers. How many games has he thrown? This has got me questioning. I just, a little suspect about that. Having a burner account. I know referees, y'all just like us, regular everyday humans trying to make a living. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all be putting games on parlays, though. I know y'all be putting parlays on games. I know y'all do. Point shaving and shit. Trying to control the score for your ticket. How many more Eric Lewises is it? Just got me thinking. And the last thing that I want to talk about today, Scottie Pippen. I seen what he said. About his former teammate Michael Jordan. I'm not going to go into the history or none of that. Not doing none of that. Especially if you watch sports, MJ and Pippen, they're like the creme de la creme. They're the creme de la creme. They won 6 straight titles. The 2 years that they didn't, Jordan was playing baseball, whatever. But for Scottie Pippen to say that Michael Jordan was a horrible player and horrible to play with, you were the Robin to his Batman, sir. I just would say, Scottie, get the hate out of your heart. But, what I really think it comes down to, Scottie, are you a little bitter and feeling some type of way that Michael Jordan's son is smashing the mother of your children? Is it that, Scottie? Do you want Mike to say something to Michael Jr. about him smashing your wife, your ex-wife? Do you? Well, he's a grown man. Get over it, Scottie. I don't know what that's about, but Scottie, you tripping. You tripping, bruh.